It's early morning, August 1983, and lives are about to change forever.
I was dumped outside of the hospital. I was just literally wrapped in a towel with my cord cut. A man on a bicycle heard my cries early in the morning. He then alerted the police.
That tiny, abandoned baby would one day become an Australian, a true blue Aussie. But who left her in a lonely stretch of African wasteland and why has remained a mystery for 36 years.
Someone in that hospital has done something, has taken me out and then for some reason has dumped me.
We've had the indication that there actually might have been a baby selling racket going on.
What Abigail Prangs will uncover deep in Zimbabwe's National Archives will lead her to a family she never knew. Expose a decades-old secret.
I've got something difficult to tell you.
And make us some powerful enemies.
He kept looking at me saying he's going to slit my throat.
Abigail's journey has taken her from the heart of Africa to a new home in Australia. But that is nothing, compared to the journey she's embarked on now. Abby has returned here to Zimbabwe to find answers. It is a quest that'll take her from the heights of joy to the depths of despair and then back again. This is a story of twists and turns and above all else, one woman's search for the truth. "36 years have passed since that little girl was found dumped by an African roadside.
Do you want jam or peanut butter, Vegemite?
Abigail Prangs is now a happily married mother of 4, living on the Sunshine Coast.
What hairstyle would you like? High ponytail or a low one?
A low one.
She was brought out to Australia by her adoptive parents when she was 7. Queensland has been her home ever since.
Put your lunch in them, shoes on, and then we've got to go.
I'm interested in how the accent's developed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just happened. It's sometimes when I hear myself, I'm like, oh, wow.
Obviously, you've got the African heritage, but gee, you sound like a Queenslander.
Yeah, it baffles people. I've had a lot of people kind of stop and look twice. You know, they're like, what? Where you come from?
Kathy and Mike Prangs are the only parents Abby has ever known. They adopted her from a Harare hospital when she was just 2 months old.
Let me take you back to that moment, Kath. I mean, you're in the hospital and you first lay eyes on little baby Abigail.
Yeah.
What was that like?
With my heart on a plate.
I just looked at her and I thought, you know, I could really love that little girl. And of course that was it, you know. Falling in love is one of those things.
Always gonna love you like no other.
There's no words would say the love that we've got for Abigail, you know.
You don't need to say it, I can see it in your eyes.
I sort of said in a few prayers that she's been dumped once and left. And I said I would never leave her, no matter what she does.
Yeah.
Maybe we loved her overly because we were trying to make up for what she had lost in her real family.
Yeah.
In 1980s Zimbabwe, it was incredibly rare for a white couple to adopt a black child. It wasn't easy for this newly minted family to escape the stares and whispers, and it was bound to have an effect on little Abigail.
One day she came with all this flour all over her face.
Oh, yeah.
And she made a big mess in the bathroom. I said, what are you doing? She says, Mummy, I want to be white like you. Oh, that broke my heart. Yeah. I said, love, we chose you because you're who you are.
Yeah, she's better than TV.
In fact, this is TV.
How do you think about your adoptive parents now? What's your relationship like with them? Pretty special people.
Yeah, they are. Without without getting teary. Yeah, they're amazing. I'm very blessed to be able to call them mum and dad. They're sorry. Yeah, they're amazing. They have done so much for me. You know, obviously adopting me and giving me the life that I've been given. I'm still probably a mummy's girl. So, yeah, I'm very, very grateful and very, very lucky.
Come on, let's go. Here, your dad carry you? It's wet. Ground's wet.
Zimbabwe is a long time ago now.
See ya.
Abby and husband Ty lead busy lives with demanding careers and 4 very energetic children.
Say bye, Mum. Love you. She's running her own business. She's doing all this sort of stuff. So, and having the kids, you know, you can imagine we've got our hands full. So
She says she's got 5 kids, including you.
Exactly.
Is that true?
I'm the youngest. Take your bag off. Quick. Abby is a piece of iron. She's the strongest member of our family, and she has to be. She always has been. So she holds us all together.
All right, hold on tight.
Abby knows she's been incredibly lucky in life, but that hasn't stopped her from wondering about her African roots. In time, her curiosity becomes an obsession.
I'm going to crown you a citizen detective because you embarked on a search that I think would be beyond most people. I really do.
It was mentally draining, emotionally draining, and just time consuming. Obviously, I've got a family at home, and it was staying up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every night.
Abby's first clue comes from a faded Zimbabwean newspaper clipping.
This was obviously in the front page of the Herald newspaper. Everyone would have seen it. So I went on Facebook. There's a few adoption sites. I said, look, does anyone remember this article?
She tracks down Paul Mapanzuri, the policeman who found her wrapped in a Harare hospital blanket and returned her to the hospital.
Okay, when we returned Abby, we inquired if there were any women who had given birth and had absconded from hospital. There was none.
There was none?
There was none.
That means Abby must now identify which mothers gave birth in the hospital on the day she was born, and an anonymous hospital worker obliges. Venturing deep into the bowels of the old building and secretly searching through decades-old files, she finds the birth register listing, and social media does the rest.
And all of a sudden you've got that critical piece of paper.
Yeah, we delegated everyone a certain amount of mothers to check and to cross-check. So that was exciting.
An army of volunteers fans out across Zimbabwe, tracking down all the mothers on that registry. Among the eager foot soldiers are Steve and Gio. Abby calls them the Texas Rangers. You'd be 6 hours on a bus like this, right? Yeah. But you wouldn't, you don't even know who you're doing this for. You've never met Abby.
Yeah, the thing is, it was like we wanted to make a happy ending for her, and it was like she's a family already.
She's family?
Yes. We came here twice, this is the 3rd one.
Using the newly found birth records, Steve and Gio travel by bus to distant towns to interview potential matches.
Hello, mate. Matt.
Every day you were working on this?
Yeah, on daily basis.
Day and night sometimes.
People will be watching this thinking, you weren't getting paid for this.
No.
You're just doing this for a stranger on the other side of the world out of the goodness of your heart.
Yeah, there was no pay.
Finally, the Texas Rangers come across a woman with a strange tale to tell of a mysterious midwife and a twin that vanished soon after birth. Abby suspects that she is that missing child. The pieces are falling into place.
I feel like it's meant to be. You know, like things happen in such a way that lead you back to the right place.
Has become a midnight detective, searching for the family she knows she must have in Africa.
Honestly, it did consume me. I would be either texting or researching or, you know, trying to find some sort of information that I missed, because I always thought there was something missing with my story. Like, it just didn't make, something didn't make sense.
Volunteers in Africa have tracked down Edna Kamineri and her husband Stanford. The couple has 12 children, one of them born in August 1983, around the same day as Abby. The hospital register says Edna delivered a baby girl. But Edna believes she gave birth to twins, one of whom was stillborn.
I didn't know I had pregnancy with twins. Only when the nurse told me, she said, "Oh, you have another baby inside." She just grabbed it and said, "Oh, I don't know what you've pushed. I'm just taking to the laboratory." Then she went, I never saw her.
That was it?
That was it.
The timing and details of Edna's story match what Abby knows about her own start to life. To confirm the link, Abby engages a local Zimbabwean company to take DNA samples from one of Edna's daughters, Lorraine.
The results came back positive, and there's no doubt Abby is my sister. Just like that.
All of a sudden you've got a sister on the other side of the world?
You have a sister in Australia. Abby is your real sister, your blood sister. I was like, wow.
And the news gets better. With Lorraine confirmed as Abby's sister, it's almost certain Edna is her natural mother. It seems Edna's second baby wasn't stillborn after all. The twin was snatched away by nursing staff. Edna can't believe her long-lost child is still alive.
I felt as if I was going, I just don't know. I can't express the feeling I had. I felt as if my heart has gone out, nothing in my stomach. Oh, I cried. I cried. Say, God, what is this?
Then Abby is told the life-changing news. She has a twin sister, Michelle.
And they're like, "Are you ready? Are you sitting down?" And they're like, "Well, Edna's your mum." And then I was kind of, I think I broke down, and then I was in shock, and then I was, you know, like it was just kind of like, okay, so Edna's my mum, but then that means that there's 12 of them in the family, so there's 12 siblings. Mum and dad are alive. 12 siblings, and then obviously one of those siblings is my twin, Michelle.
And what did that feel like? I can't imagine.
Relief, I guess, to know that I wasn't dumped after all.
You're gonna make sure you've got long pants, you've got shorts, because I don't know if it's gonna be hot or cold.
Edna has been gravely ill, and Abby is worried that time is running out.
Done. Well done. High five.
She can't wait any longer to meet her family.
I thought if I don't do it now, it'll be too late. Thought, no, this is, I need to do it now.
So Abby is returning to the country of her birth, and she's taking the whole family with her. Ty, the kids, even adoptive mum and dad, Mike and Kathy. And we're tagging along for whatever might unfold.
Are we excited?
Yes.
Who's excited? Mario, are you excited?
You're going to Harare, Zimbabwe, to walk into the arms of your birth family. I mean, just wow.
Yeah, That's going to be, I'm going to have to take a lot of tissues, I think. It's going to be something else.
Africa, Africa, mama yo.
Abby is back on African soil for the first time in almost 3 decades. It is a headlong rush into the unknown.
I want to know where everyone thinks we're going. What's this big adventure we're going on? Africa. Good answer.
We're going to meet our new granddad and grandma.
You are going to meet your new granddad and grandma. Is that exciting? Here we are hurtling through the back streets of rural Zimbabwe. What is going through your mind, Ty? How are you feeling?
I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. I'm nervous for Abby to finally find out where you came from and to meet your family after 36 years. She's playing it, you know, very cool as she always does, but it's life-changing.
Have you pictured the final moments, the walk, as you kind of step down the dusty road and, you know, meet mum and dad? What do you say?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to have any words for a long time. I think we're just going to cry and hug each other and, yeah.
How important is this day in your lives as a family?
I think it's probably one of the most important days of my life because I now know where I'm from. I know I'm complete now. I wasn't before. I had this hole of not knowing who I was from, you know, not knowing where I was from. Yeah.
Word has spread through the neighbourhood that the Kamonere's lost daughter is coming home.
You ready?
Yeah, ready as I'll ever be.
Welcome home.
Come on, easy. Abby.
Wow. I have no words. It's all right, I'm here now. I'll never, ever forget this moment, ever.
Mary, hello, girls. Hi, girls. Hi, boys. Hi, Ty. Oh, my man, how are you?
It felt very surreal. Like it was an out-of-body experience. I was watching from a different angle. Like it was just crazy. The love and laughter and happiness that they showed. Obviously, I don't know the language or anything, but I feel at home.
This is what it's all about, family. But it's actually about something more than that, I think, and that is that part of the human spirit that just says, nah, I refuse to give up. It has taken her 36 years, but Abby's finally home.
Cheers to you.
Abigail Prangs has travelled halfway across the world to meet the family she never knew.
How do you catch up on 36 missed years?
I think we will quite easily.
Yeah?
Yeah, we all get along really well. I think it's going to be a lot of late nights with the sisters catching up and talking about everything.
Already her kids are happily playing with the locals as if they've been here forever.
Everyone's just fit in where they should have been. You know, the cousins are of similar age as well, so Jiraiya's off talking to his cousins.
I saw Amari walking around hand in hand with her new cousin.
Yeah.
If that doesn't melt your heart, nothing on earth
that
ever
was
will.
amazing. They probably won't say anything to each other, but they're holding hands, walking around like they're best friends. It's really, really good to see.
I am just absolutely speechless, overcome and overwhelmed with emotion. It's beyond my tiny mind's understanding or belief how all this could happen, but just from the other side of the world to be shown that amount of love and your family to be shown that amount of love. And they were all high-fiving us and running beside us, chanting Abby's name. The level of connection she has with this country now, it's amazing. Hey, Bubba. You just crashed the party. Yeah? Everybody.
Ah, you got a boyfriend. It's been a
No, I don't.
two families becoming one.
Even though I've had an amazing life in Australia and with my parents, there's a lot that I've missed. And I can't wait to learn the culture and to learn the language and to just be a family with them.
Long time. Long time. Thank you, kid. Thank you.
You don't have to thank us. We had the pleasure of bringing you up, you know.
Ground zero. Can you believe it?
No.
But Abby still has plenty of questions about her birth. She returns to the hospital she left under such mysterious circumstances 36 years ago. Professor, how many babies a day would the team deliver here in this hospital?
Now, they'll deliver between 50 and 60 babies a day.
Professor Stephen Munjanja has agreed to help her find some answers.
What we do know is that Abby's mother delivered twins at this hospital on the 9th of August 1983. Now, I think the key to this story is the fact that there was either a big mistake in the entering the record or deliberate falsification of the birth record.
What's your belief, Professor? Which of the two?
The connection must be that someone had taken away from her mother. Probably one of the staff. That's the inescapable conclusion. So from that moment onwards, you were non-existent.
It's a surreal moment for Abby, returning to this hospital, the abandoned baby, now a grown woman. Then, a remarkable coincidence. Abby sights a newborn. He's just been brought into the hospital, deserted by his mother, and now alone in the world.
Can I have a hold?
Yes.
Can I hold baby?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Abby?
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling to compute all of this. Are you all right? Isn't he beautiful? Have they given him a name?
No, he doesn't have a name yet. He has no idea who his mum is, who his dad is. Exactly the same circumstances as me. I was found. I was lucky enough to be found, and
How old is he?
he's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
That was 36 years ago.
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
In this room, actually.
Yeah.
Wonder how his life plays out.
I hope it plays out really well.
Abby believes she finally understands how her life played out. But this journey is about to take another strange and heartbreaking turn.
Watch your step.
Edna and Abby have agreed to a follow-up round of DNA testing.
Can you open them up?
Those results have just come back.
Abby, how are you? Can I borrow you for a couple of minutes? Are you able to pop up to the room? So, I've got some extraordinarily difficult news to break to Abby when she walks through that door in a minute. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how she's going to react to it. But we have the results of the latest DNA test, and to be honest, my mind is blown, so I can't even guess at how Abby's going to react. We'll find out shortly.
The news I am about to share with Abby will shake her world. Edna is not Abby's mother.
I've got something difficult to tell you.
Yeah.
And I don't know but there's no real easy way to tell you this, I guess, but we got the results of the latest DNA test.
Yeah. Don't tell me they're not.
So the latest result says this: the alleged mother is excluded as the biological mother of the tested child. The probability of maternity is 0%.
0.
I don't...
So how is Lorraine my sister?
I don't know, Abs. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Lorraine is Edna's daughter, so how does that work? How does that work?
Abby Prangs has just discovered that the DNA results that sent her racing halfway across the world are incorrect. They identified Edna Kaminiri as Abby's biological mother. But follow-up tests show that isn't true.
How are we supposed to tell all these guys?
I don't know, Abby. I'm so sorry.
We decide to confront the man who promised Abby so much and was so careless with the truth. The head of Zimbabwe-based Global DNA, Tinashe Mugabe.
Hello, Tinashe.
Hi.
Matt Doran from the Sunday night program in Australia. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
There's some serious question marks about the DNA tests you've been carrying out. Why did you mess it up?
I didn't mess up anything.
Mr. Mugabe seems to have forgotten his explicit confirmation to a trusting Abigail that his tests proved that Edna was indeed her biological mother.
Do you understand you are playing with a young woman's life?
There is no breach whatsoever.
This is a young woman's life you are messing with here, sir.
No. We helped her. How can I be messing when I'm helping her? Has she given me anything? Nothing yet from her.
She gave you her trust.
Yes.
And that would have been that.
Thank you.
The last we saw of Mr. Mugabe, he was driving off into the distance. But then, later that night, he suddenly appeared at our hotel with 4 policemen in tow.
It's not going to run away, it's okay.
It seems Mr. Mugabe didn't like us questioning the integrity of his business. And he has some very powerful friends.
You want me to call someone?
The cops say they're taking us in for questioning.
Don't film.
They won't tell us why. As we're driven away, we suddenly realise it's actually Tinashe Mugabe behind the wheel. We're able to film some of what happens using a hidden phone.
I'm currently sitting at Harare Central Police Station. We don't think we've been arrested, but we've just been heavied into here. I had a guy grab me by the throat and tell me that we needed to come with him for questioning. So here we are. They've just taken our ID. The extraordinary thing about this is that we were driven here by Tinashe, the guy from Global DNA who conducted the tests. What? We have no idea what's going on, but this is extraordinary.
All through the night, Mugabe struts around the police station as if he owns the place. Finally, we are told why we've been detained.
We intend to kidnap the complainant, Tinashe Mugabe.
I attempted to kidnap him.
That's the allegation. You grabbed his hand, right hand, and tried to pull him into a vehicle with tinted windows without his consent.
We show the police the footage of our encounter with Mr. Mugabe, proof that he has fabricated the entire story. The truth doesn't concern Mr. Mugabe. He's already outside on social media repeating his lie to a gullible audience.
It was a plot trying to take me, and it was when I later spoke to other sources, they told me that this guy has got a history of kidnapping.
We've just been released after a pretty memorable 10 hours inside this joint, Harare Central Police Station, where we were bundled into the holding area with some of Zimbabwe's worst. Try and get your head around this. We were just charged with kidnapping, attempting to kidnap Tinashe Mugabe, which is obviously beyond any realm of comprehension. What's even more beyond the realms of comprehension is that he's also just walked out down those stairs, strode off into the distance, like nothing ever happened. Abby's life is in turmoil. In the midst of all the confusion, we commissioned our own DNA tests. They confirm Edna and Stanford are not Abby's biological parents. But importantly, they do show that their daughter, Lorraine, is related to Abby. She's a cousin. The most likely explanation, one of Edna's 4 sisters, is actually Abby's mother.
What's going through your mind?
I'm just, I'm devastated and confused and worried, and I had always wanted that family and I thought that I had found them. Yeah.
Now, Abby must make the toughest journey of her life. She decides to break the terrible news to Stanford first.
That's the independent test. Look what it says. That mum isn't my mum. Maternity 0, 0, 0. Yep. So can you imagine how I didn't believe it? I didn't want to believe it. This shows that Lorraine and I are related. So how does that work? That mum isn't my mum and Lorraine is family. 2 tests have come back saying that mum isn't my mum.
Mom is your mom.
No one's going to get in any issues. There's not going to be any issues with this.
This is why
Stanford,
we're talking to you.
We need to know the truth.
I've come all this way, do you know what I mean? To meet my family.
And the family is waiting to meet you, yes.
And then this test comes back and I just didn't want to believe it. Like, I can't go home and not know who my family is or what's happened.
Abigail Prangs journeyed to Africa to meet her birth family, but the joy of that reunion has been shattered. Abby has discovered that Edna and Stanford Camineri are not her biological parents after all.
Abby!
I can't imagine how much it hurts to be this close.
Yeah, it does. I've blocked it for the last couple of days, so. I need to find out.
Abby also now knows that she is related to Edna's daughter, Lorraine. They are cousins. And she suspects her real mother is one of Edna's sisters.
Can we go for a walk, you and me? Yep, no problem.
Abby believes her mother is Elizabeth, who would have been just 14 years old when Abby was born.
But you and I look too similar.
Yes, because my sister, it's very hard to me.
Why? Hold my hands. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hands and tell me why.
Because.
Hold my hands and tell. Listen, I want to look at me in the eye. Look at me in the eye. I want to tell you something.
No, I haven't done anything.
No, I know. So then
I haven't.
I understand that when there's certain things that happen in families, they have to keep them quiet.
I know.
I understand.
Suddenly, a ute pulls up and Elizabeth is unceremoniously ushered into the back of the vehicle.
Where is she going? She knows.
What just happened? What just happened?
She knows.
Is she mum?
She knows something. Why would you just quit mid-conversation and go off in the van?
Do you think she's your mum? You do?
She knows something.
What did she say?
That was one of the most intense discussions I've ever had in my life. I basically said to her, I believe that you're my mother. And just, I don't know, just her, just how she was, like, I felt a connection with this woman.
There's an image in my mind of her in the back of that truck waving at you as she left.
Yeah. That was a look of someone that knows something and couldn't say it.
Abby is convinced she's stumbled onto a deep secret, and a final round of DNA tests indicates she's right. It's almost certain one of Edna's sisters is her mother. Whether it's Elizabeth or not, Abby may never know. Elizabeth is refusing to give a DNA sample. But however she is related to this big and loving clan, there's no doubt they are her family.
You look beautiful. Yes. I look beautiful too.
It's literally been like a roller coaster. How are you? But I love them. Good. That's good. I'm good. I've had such a connection with them that they are family, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that will never change. That relationship won't change.
Does it still feel like Abby's part of the family too?
Yeah, 100%, I tell you. She's still part of the family.
I still have that strong feeling in me.
That she's part of us.
That she's part of us. They might say whatever they want to say.
I feel she is my sister. And no one is going to take that away from me.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's just been so emotional. It's for everyone. But not once have these guys ever said that I wasn't family.
How much you love her?
Oh, with everything I've got. But, like I said, I think I've got to share her with a few more people now. Just seeing her here and how comfortable she is and how comfortable our family is and how welcome we've been made. For my children, my girls, to have the ability to know where mum is from, and if her heart's from Zimbabwe or is in Zimbabwe, then my children still have the same blood coursing through their veins. So I guess Zimbabwe is a part of them too.
This has been such a wild expedition. Your search is over?
Yeah, definitely. I don't need to do anything else anymore. It is 100% over. Thank you for everything.
It's been an emotionally wrenching journey, far more than Abby could ever have predicted. But she does now have a new African family.
Soon, soon.
Soon, soon.
Soon, soon.
You can see him. Yeah.
And it may grow bigger yet as the story of one abandoned baby comes full circle.
Oh, hello, Mom. Hello.
You need to message him.
Mum said I can hold him.
Abby hasn't stopped thinking about that abandoned baby boy she met at the hospital when she first arrived in Zimbabwe.
Buddy.
Maybe Harold.
Hey, what's that smile? Huh? You got all this attention, all for you.
How long does the passport take?
He's the cutest little boy. He's 2 weeks old, and his mum left him. It really, as soon as I saw him, I just sobbed.
What's going on there?
Yeah, well, Abby being adopted herself, it's always been on the cards for us to look at adopting. It just so happens when visiting the hospital the other day, there was a baby that she connected with that had been abandoned. So we've had to go back and visit this little fellow, and yeah, he's gorgeous.
You know how astounding all of this is, right?
Yeah.
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 I think it's meant to be. So we've been talking to, the social services here and just trying to see what we can do. And when we visit him now, he kind of...
He knows Abby.
Yeah, he opens his eyes and then he kind of settles back down on me. So it's, I think it's love.
Hi. Can we see the other little baby?